This is Nathan Wilson with Independence Money, wishing you and yours a very happy, peaceful, and prosperous new year. It's 2023, January 1. Exciting time. So I'm giving you viewers a wonderful update. We're going to start with a recap of 2022, of course, and then we're going to get into some very important and exciting announcements for 2023. So welcome to the first video of 2023. It is in my beautiful log home in northern Colorado. It's currently cold, but sunshine, which makes Colorado worth it. And the skiing, of course, which is nice. So we are back in the studio Monday, January 2nd. We're gonna have some fresh content, some fresh co-hosts. It's gonna be exciting, so stay tuned. But let's get into a recap of 2022. So we start off the year, January, I think it was like the second week of January in Nicaragua. We were exploring international real estate, which is what I consider deep value, meaning you can buy a beach house for less than you can buy a zero lot line house in my local town. And they have a rental management team, relatively headache free, good source of income, great place to go on vacations. Seems like it checks all the right boxes, right? So that was January. We were back again in June with a major construction update, a lot of changes, a lot of things going on. And flash forward a little bit to the end of this video, we're gonna be back there next week. So moving on from January 2022, January and June in Nicaragua, we were on the main stage as a main stage speaker at the Silver Symposium, September. Silver Symposium. A lot of people on this channel and a lot of our other affiliate influencers channels are interested in precious metals. If you missed out on precious metals, you missed out. Like a lot of things were down in 2022. Stock market, a little bit of real estate, definitely the bond market, international, small cap and tech way down. But gold and silver kind of held their own. And that was a great diversification tool. We're not into the all or nothing approach. We're into a basket of diversified investments. Gold and silver really would have been a good asset in your portfolio in 2022. We have good hopes of that continuing this year. But if you own precious metals in a taxable account, of course you have to pay taxes. If there's a gain, the taxes are not quite favorable. We were on the main stage speaking about concepts of tax reduction strategies, as well as owning them in your self-directed IRA, Roth, 401k. Of course, as a tax guy, I prefer the Roth because you don't have to pay the taxes when you take the money back out. We can help you with that, by the way. Carrying on in November, we were then again in Puerto Rico at the Business and Investors Conference with a customized insurance strategy. This is a little bit complicated. We're gonna have a complete set of videos on this in the near future. But basically the idea is you buy boilerplate insurance to cover your risk as a business owner and investor. There's obviously gaps in that insurance policy. And then things happen that you think you can get coverage for and your insurance policy says that's excluded. This is a customized insurance strategy that fills in those gaps. But what really excites me as a business owner is the main intent of insurance is to not have claims because you really don't want bad crap to happen in your life, right? But at the end of the day, if you pay for insurance for, let's say, 2 decades as a business owner and you don't have claims, the money that you paid in premiums goes to the insurance company. This particular strategy, the unused premiums can be returned to your family, your business, your net worth. Super exciting, a little bit complicated, more on this later. Then it almost felt like a short week later, Mark Yaxley, Strategic Wealth Preservation, big shout out, flew us down to the Cayman Islands. Never been there before. I saw the firm, I read the book by John Grisham, always wanted to go. Sat in a vault with almost $1 billion of gold and silver, like just stacked everywhere. It was amazing, it was epic. I got a hold of 1,000-ounce bar of silver. I got, it's just great pictures. I know you guys have been super patient as well as I, but we don't control that editorial content because they had a professional film crew. And then When the film crew has to go through the edits, then the security team has to come in and make sure there's no like confidential information in the background or any information that could compromise the security of the vault. Of course, it felt very, very secure to me. But that's their job, and that is coming. And Mark has told me that we should have that, that footage maybe as early as January, which is obviously this month. But then it's going to post on his channel first quarter. We will keep you posted. It is super exciting. I hope you guys get a chance to tour his vault. And if you invest in it and put your medals there, he'll actually let you do it. So highly suggest it. From there, I spent Thanksgiving with my family because I was quite frankly exhausted. I think I took 12 planes in less than 24 days. Seriously, not kidding. I actually counted them this morning. So moving on to 2023 announcements. In December, we had a team planning session and we decided to take Independence Money in a more focused direction. And the reason why is because out of the 2 million people that are in the tax profession, less than 1% of them have earned a certified tax specialty designation, which I have. So let me stay in my lane. Let me stay focused on protecting you from taxation. Almost everything you do involves some form of taxation at least once. What's worse is if it's not once, it's multiple times. So we're going to be doing a lot more videos on do's and don'ts and mistakes to avoid on setting up your business, your LLC, investing in tax-free codes, the dangers of investing in tax deferment codes like IRAs or 401ks as opposed to Roths because of the taxes in the future. And we're going to have a lot more collaborative approach. So you're going to have a lot more videos with more meat and potatoes, if you will, with me and other members of the Independence Money team, because we want to expose to you how deep our team is between our tax attorneys, our CPAs, our strategists, our charitable consultants, our self-directed, IRA investors, our precious metals affiliates. We want to really show you the depth and breadth of our team. So it's going to be a lot more collaborative approach. My co-host for 2021 and 2022, Amanda, finished up her second annual contract December 31st of 2022. Much appreciation for all the effort and all the travels that she put into creating that content, and we wish her the absolute best in her future endeavors. Starting next week, we will have two new co-hosts, with our main co-host being Robert. Robert is a very energetic, charismatic fellow, known him for about 9 years, and he carries with him a law school education. So he's going to be bringing a legal perspective to our tax strategies and asset protection. Super exciting. For those that have subscribed and rang the bell and went through the dark December of where did these people go? We were recharging, by the way. Be sure you make sure you set that alarm and follow, because Robert's going to be very fun to engage with. Rob Keens with Gold and Silver Pros is going to be doing a lot more collaboration. He's working to bring a lot of these influencers on YouTube that you watch regularly together. The idea here is to bring a very cohesive approach to whatever your concerns, needs are in the financial, tax, wealth strategies market. Our network is coordinated with our family office, and you don't have to piecemeal it out between a variety of different uncoordinated people. You can go to one stop and get everything you need, and that is going to be a lot more efficient for you and very, very exciting. One thing that is super exciting to me, and I hope you follow along, even if you're not interested in international travel, just live vicariously through this experience. We are back in Nicaragua next week, but this time it is different. We're going to land in the capital of Managua. We're going to take the little plane over Central America mountains to land on the Caribbean side. And then I believe, the way it has been described to me, we are going to then take a ferry to another island, and then a fast boat to another island. And then I believe my understanding is, as it's described, they're going to put our luggage in a wheelbarrow and carry it to our cabana or hut you can be the judge once you see the footage on whether it's a cabana or a hut. I know it's on stilts and involves a lot of thatched roofs, but the point is, it's on the Caribbean. So what's cool about Nicaragua, well, there's a lot of things cool about Nicaragua, but we've always been on the Pacific side, which is, a calm ocean. You're outside of the hurricane issue. You've got 3.5 miles of nearly secluded beach. They have a rental management team. You can buy really affordable real estate. And if you're a surfer, that's just totally rad. But what about you scuba divers? What about those that like the gin clear waters of the Caribbean, that are looking at places like Belize that are smaller and crowded and things like that? Nicaragua has both. You can surf and scuba dive in the same week, which is my goal to try to pull off. Gin clear waters on part of the barrier reef that goes all the way from Honduras up through Belize and the Caribbean, except it has less pressure, so it's supposed to be very pristine. We're going to document that. It's an 1.5-hour flight, less than $100. Then we're going to come back and hit the Pacific side. So 2 oceans in 8 days. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be epic and fun. Brought to you by Independence Money. We're actually going to meet a couple of viewers from Independence Money down there and one client that hired us for a tax strategy. Stay tuned. Closing thoughts. I'm a certified tax specialist. Everything gets taxed at least once. Our job is to protect you from getting it taxed 2 or 3 or 200 more times. Remember, if you have a financial plan, but you don't have a tax strategy, then you don't have a financial plan. Again, from Independence Money team to you and your family, Happy New Year. Make 2023 a great one. Thank you. See you soon. Appreciate your comments, your shares, and you subscribers. Take care.